What if I told you God is a creative? Like Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. For in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. What if I told you God is a geographer? For he founded the foundations of the earth by words and created the sea with thought, but beyond human thought. What if I told you God is the greatest photographer? For he formed man in his image without aperture or eyesore, and framed him without a wood, and made him in his likeness. What if I told you God is a creative? So you don't need lens, light, Canon, or Nikon. The beauty of man, neither does he need GoPro to take the wide range of humanity. And what if I told you God is an affiliate marketer? For he created the earth and gave man dominion over it. So what if I told you God is an artist and we are his art? And what if I told you? What if I told you God is the greatest makeup artist? For he took his time crafting man into beauty. For he created your lips, your eyebrows, your eyelashes, and the contours without foundation or mascara, eyeshadow, eyelining, eye pencil, without brush or bruise. And by the moment he was done, with a cute smile, he looked at you and called you good, wonderfully and fearfully made. But do you still trust him to hold the brush? So what if I told you God is a script writer, writing out our destinies into letters of existence? For he knew you before you were formed from the belly of your mother. What if I told you God is a director, directing the affairs of his own? And what if I told you God is the greatest animator? For before animation were invented, he made a horse to speak. What if I told you God is the greatest web designer? But he doesn't design in codes. Only he could understand. He designed man using his love language. He does not speak through Java language or Python. He speaks through the Holy Ghost. What if I told you God is a creative? What if I told you God is the greatest graphic designer? For he designs the foundations of the earth without Adobe, Photoshop, or CorelDRAW. And what if I told you God is a chef? For he fed more than 5,000 people with 5 loaves and 2 fish. What if I told you God is a painter? For he painted the heavens with a cloud, decorated it with the stars, the moon and the sun. So what if I told you God browns? He browns you with the Holy Ghost, and all you are throughout is joy, peace, love, and goodness. So what if I told you God is the greatest strategy publicitator? For he doesn't need social media to blow you. So what if I told you God is a singer? For in his glory he created the Lucifer, with all of his glory in genres of music, the sounding of drums, the melody, with every move that Lucifer made reflecting the glory of God. So what if I told you that God is a dancer, ordering the steps of his own? For every move he makes it is to favor his own. He has a move that makes with a kind of rhythm that even the party dance the world does is not killer enough to kill the dance of God. So what if I told you God is a dancer? Yeah, I heard he always go hard on you and keep you always on your toes, perfectly focused. Yes, focus not like Joe Boy and trendy beats, but on trendy things that pertains to life and godliness. So what if I told you God is a gardener? For he prunes the branches that doesn't bear fruit, therefore pruning our lives into fruitfulness. What if I told you God is a creator who created himself in man? And since God is a creator and we are his creature, and joining his creation, we are all creative. So what if I told you God is a creative? For we don't need the word to be creative. We need God to be creative, for God is a creative.